Na men kwa lawyer Kwame Adofo or constitutional lawyer. Men kwa ncheni ni komote na fe yemra studio medi nkomo. Lawyer ma cha na pay.
Ya ni o na.
Lawyer pom te say.
Ona me hoye na ozo e.
Na me yesra me papa me de me ma me na afiri mu e da reho na aka me yesuma ne dey. Esi egusu ye adwuma.
Voice no wa kire o.
Me se me ma me o na atware ye nti me ho ye so e da me ma me atware nti e da me ndey.
95.1.
Aye. Na lawyer Ghana Bar Association for wo mon krata ba bonte wanya akwanya atumi ahwem bia na.
Na mpacho manya bia hwe.
Ebi susu se lawyer for krata na wo mountain so ebi ka say ensem o matwa about the suspension no ase o mampanyini wonye mfum so bia nti bebi o mugina no mo nte ase.
Na me nti question no so me you phone
na me kire se krata efa a suspension of the chief justice no. Some believe, some lawyers believe that, I mean, His Excellency did not err in any way. Into their position, no, is really like it's neither here or there. What's your opinion?
Okay. Nana mpacho wo constitution ebe wana.
Oh, me wo for ha. Nti betimi abi.
Ani nana mpacho bua me na me be gina no.
Onua FM 95.1.
Ka bua me a.
Kan ye mi abi ni enkwai.
14610.
Menkwa article 146
plus 10.
146 plus 10. Also 10. Removal of Chief Justice of Superior Court and Chairman of I don't know okay me boa.
146.
Ma de ni you menkwa 10. Way 1, way 2, 10 nini. Where a petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the president may in the case of the chief justice, may.
Moment I do may no. It means that a discretionary.
Of course.
Onua FM 95.1.
Hello.
Metie. Lawyer me tell nkapa metie o. Hello?
Hello, Nana.
Me tell one lawyer.
Me say may. Continue.
Okay. May. Okay, you. And A. In the case of the Chief Justice acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State by warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. B.
Thank you.
In the case of any other justice of the Superior Court or of a chairman of a regional tribunal acting in accordance with the advice of the Judicial Council, suspend that Chief Justice or that chairman of the regional tribunal. Makayeri.
Nana.
Me ton Makayeri lawyer.
Onua FM 95.1.
May acting on advice of the Council of State.
Yes.
Suspend. Now, the moment I bet may in legal interpretation, who may pay a discretionary. And your shit. And I can sha and a shit.
Hello. Lawyer Kwame Adofo. I think say mo friend bi na on position ho ye. The line no twetwesi eteko na san ba eteko na ba. Ye nyanti ase na asem no potin de awum na afi ye ntina se ne ma ba abo num ne yeso ye ni bo ni bi. There's Uncle back lawyer now kasa. Hello lawyer Atebeka. Me to nka.
Fe de meti.
All right, yanko.
And nana the moment I bet me sha must Ebiajina baby. May say opa must sha. They are all they mean
Onua FM 95.1.
And we do say may discretionary power. No be can say. And they want a constitution for discretionary exercise of discretionary power. Clause C, we purchase and capital B and so on.
Maybe there here.
296.
Article 296. Article 296 clause D.
No,
Oh, line 296. Like I'll say Article 296 clause why? Oh, like you could
Your call has been put on hold.
Connected to me. And then me call our school, Musumo Hamisad. That's him. That's him, Grena. Me call our school. So, no say.
Better sounds.
Me days o.
Obeko to 296 I go to.
Me na me catch now. What them say? Nti ye go so we say nsabeka no a na ye di nkomo na sanfa na ya to so. Lawyer. Aha, what's the mean? Go 296 himfa.
Aye, ne kind.
Men kan 296 ni nyina.
Na you can see no. 296.
296C. Okay, let me show you. David. Let me call India for there. Article 296.
I can see no.
Inquiry C. Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Okay. La me ba sisi a me phone
Aye.
Kwame pe 296 ma me fast cry na. Wa be mam. So who 296 clause C.
95.1.
Clause C. Then
I say mega man.
Kan ko.
Why na 296 you go away.
Unya hu ku 29
or in any other
Tre microphone no be o. Tre be o.
Okay. So where in this constitution or in any other law discretionary power is vested in any person or authority, then they see the exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary.
Fama min kai. Okay, nti C no or say the exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious, or biased either by resentment, prejudice, or personal dislike, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. Lawyer, how to make
Okay. What kind 296 maybe as mama.
Okay, 296 let's say where in this constitution or in any other law discriminatory power is vested in any person or authority.
Yes.
Then the C reads,
Absolutely.
the exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious.
He said that is B.
That is B. Sir, facile mami kai we see no way. Okay, so I say where the person where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by constitutional instruments or statutory instruments regulations that are not inconsistent with the provisions of this constitution or that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. 296 plus C.
I said yes. Don't you word which is mayor a discretionary.
Yes.
And therefore and it's a pass who exercises discretionary power now. That's a 1 year judge there. 1 year judge, another judicial officer there. There must be a regulation. There must be a regulation that guides you to do it. In this case, John Muhammad especially, where you judge and answer and say, when you judge. And so when you judge there, regulation paying
95.1
and the exercise is discretion. At the moment, there's no regulation. It means that all me exercises are discretion and suspended Chief Justice because there's no regulation.
A case in question, Ransford, France versus the Attorney General. Some have cited that as a case that and it gives the president the power to do what he's doing.
May struggle to hear you.
Na meka a case in contest Ransford France versus the Attorney General. Ebia cite sa case minim say unim sa case no a.
There be no. I think what is the principle?
95.1.
Now, about the contest in which the president, yes, has suspension. No.
And I'm actually say, constitution can't say what. Not all people case via. And so today, case principle established in that case. Let me on the point. I also say. The question is.
I say the court held that Article 131, Clause 2, did not, by its very wide wording, purport to empower this court to grant. I mean,
I mostly heard that not every discretionary act requires prior published regulations. What you say? And ya bia or mampenino, and also what you he knows it. He knows it.
What is saying? I'm struggling to hear him. What's saying?
Messi, Ranford France versus
the Attorney
General, Electoral Commission, and Attorney General inclusive. No, the Supreme Court was of the view say, and yet every discretionary act and require prior published regulations. And yes, sir, any president in Ankasano, you made the no bit me, Bibiano, or use discretionary power, Biano, and was sell cocoa regulations. And Mranosono, I was a flexible my president to me, understand nay, your friend is say, authority. In any case, also can't be a war or say, Article 146 in the president, and was a Council of State. And establish a prima facie case. So it moves the discretionary power from the president. What will be not been home and account to determination.
Also, explaining.
Let me explain it to my friend. You can say Article 146 in consultation with the Council of State, you should take a certain decision. Now, Supreme Court has also held say advice from Council of State a year for two, and yet binding on the president. I'm just so you're aware of that. At the moment, the law is that a foot two from Council of State a year for two.
Yes.
Opa, no offer, opa, more offer. That is the law, or that is the current position of the law. It is a Council of State, in your view, as this crisis our discretion is no longer with the president. It means that that advice
95.1
is not binding on the president. Meaning that the president has the ultimate responsibility to that decision. And nothing that nobody can sue them or has decided to sue the Council of State. Only advices only. A footstool. They don't take any decision. Is not binding on the president. At the end of the day,
but when it comes to the Council of State in matters like this, the 146, it shall in consultation with the Council of State. Into a binding on the president to consult the Council of State. It's not like no there's a shall there.
True. Consult. But Supreme Court now say whatever comes from the Council of State is not binding on the president. That is the current position of the law.
Yeah.
It is that it means that it's the president that will make the ultimate decision.
Onua FM 95.1.
I hope what you are saying.
Yes. But in this case, did the president actually err in his decision by suspending Chief
Well, look, the Bar Conference has overwhelmingly read. This was debated. This position was debated at the council, and the council or the Bar Association formed the view say the interpretation of the Constitution says to say there has to be a regulation before the president can act to suspend. And because there's no regulation, the Bar Association has formed the view that the president breached the Constitution or he got it wrong. Now, whether we disagree or we agree, at the end of the day, this case may end up going to the Supreme Court. For Supreme Court, basically, I'm not surprised to say some lawyers are already disagreeing.
The lawyers no bar association follow not be prejudicial because already a process has started and the committee has been formed. And among the committee, a judge for me nu so more asem naka. Now the statement say Babon and I said you more yen for so be any so.
If you look at it, BBI prejudicial. It suggests that there's a case before a court. At the moment, there's no case before any court.
There's a case before a committee.
Yeah, committee is not a court.
Right.
And therefore, you and I can, it's always it's sub judice. No, the answer is not a sub judice.
Okay.
A case is sub judice when it's before a court. So you could be the highest judge. The moment you are sitting in a committee,
95.1,
your decision can be quashed, even by ordinary high court judge. Because the moment you are sitting as a committee, you are subject to or amenable to the high court. If you err, it doesn't matter whether the chief justice is not that committee. They will come to the high court and quash your decision. So it means that that committee is ordinary committee. I am subservient to even the high court, even though all some maybe Supreme Court judges, Supreme Court judges. At the end of the day, you will say, was it a court or was it a committee? If the answer says it's a committee, then the High Court can even quash.
But position Ghana Bar Association for taking right now, it's sounding like at the end of PM of Supreme Court, as in they will write on the president so say he was unconstitutionally no yes and I'm on to you and the ABS suspension on Mabuagu. It's looking like that.
Well, I don't know because Bar Association, Supreme Court.
Yes.
As a lawyer from every court no way to me the case is strong. Where's the case is strong? At the end of the day, a court the better in the case is strong. And the Bar Association position does not necessarily mean some court on between winning. No. Supreme Court the bit say a funny we interpretation and they are correct. And we interpretation are wrong. And to the end I move at the end of the day, so many do quarter and a court basic I mean which of the interpretation is correct?
All right, in the case, Obi at the court dada. All those process now starting my committee are starting in a Juma Mama fix a time. The new Chief Justice and I say acting Chief Justice, I'm a date for the hearing of the case that has been sent to court.
No, man, question. What's my name?
Now, me say Obi the case no court dada. As we speak, this particular case has been taken to court. And my name, acting new Chief Justice, no, I'm a date for hearing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And you here?
Yeah, no, I say na pay. Yeah, no, I say na pay. Ebra unyama in Chichimu. That's fine.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,